Hi chaps, it's Ian, and today we've got a mini review for Duel Master. Now it's kind of inevitable that you've kind of, as a kid, when you had your Mega Drive or the various consoles, that you missed games the first time around. Now when I got back into the Mega Drive, it must have been beginning of last year, you go through your lists, you try and, and that part of the excitement is trying to find games that you haven't kind of heard of. Now this, to me, was a typical example, Duel Master. Great example of what Sega did best, creating great kind of arcade style games. So it was released in 1991. General idea is it's set on the land of Mythgard, and you've got Jardi the Mad who's trying to, put darkness over the land and destroy it. So these 12 masters of the elements, they try and come together and defeat him. And basically what they have done as a result is they each leave a ring throughout the levels in the games. Now the idea of the game is you can put these rings in your fingers and they give you different powers, and then you can combine some of the rings as well and then change the powers again. So it's a really quite interesting concept, to be honest. It's nothing that I've kind of heard in a game before. So when I kind of found out this was the idea of the game, I thought it was quite a unique way to do it. So we're just going to start on normal and then we'll get into it. So one of the first things I noticed was the soundtrack. It's got a great theme to it, which really does kind of get you into the game. So you can see here you can link the rings to each finger and then press the buttons, activates them as so. Another thing that I noticed throughout the game is it's got some quite nice parallax scrolling in it. The graphics, I wouldn't say the graphics are fantastic. They're not bad. There's been better and there's been probably a lot worse. But the parallax scrolling in some sections is really quite nice, and it's definitely is a nice little touch. So it starts off fairly easy as you go through the game. There's nothing too challenging as you're kind of progressing through it, until you get to the last boss, which I'll get to master, unfortunately. So you see here I've picked up another ring. So like I'm saying, with the idea of the game, you can add this ring to one of your fingers and then it changes your powers again. So there I've got a fireball, and then putting it on the other hand, I've got this wave weapon. So I think that's a fantastic way to do things. It makes it quite interesting, because you never know, whichever ring you pick up, the effect it's going to have. So I would have loved to kind of, finish the game and mastered all the levels and do a video kind of showing you the full game. Unfortunately, like I say, I've only got to the end of the first boss, and it's like all bosses, there's a certain way to defeat them. I'm kind of yet to pull it off and master it properly, so I haven't really quite managed it, But at least, you're gonna, if you haven't heard of this game before, this is gonna give you kind of a chance to see it, and just see what your thoughts are, But I definitely think it's worth one picking up. These are pretty easy, and as long as you jump over those balls of fire that they send out, they're pretty generally easy to beat, And you notice in the backgrounds here, the parallax scrolling, which I was mentioning, it's quite nice. You notice, especially when you get up to the left here, it's a nice little touch with the sky there. So I'll just pick up some more health. And in a moment you've got these enemies that shoot things downwards. They're pretty easy, just gotta watch the pattern and then move along. Just make sure you wait before to shoot the things that are coming towards you, these little rock guys. So then moving downwards to the next level. Got another one of these guys to defeat. And then a couple more of these things spewing things out the wall. And I was just going to get caught by this guy, so I had to do a quick detour. And then I got him. And then there's a little elf here just coming up on the screen here. So you break this little casing that he's in, and then he gives you full power, so he gives you 3 health bars. Then one last type of these to defeat, and then you'll see the boss coming up, which is the Spear Tiger. Now I can see how you defeat him. You've got to be very quick on the buttons, and it's nothing I haven't quite mastered it yet, you know. So I definitely need a bit more practice on it. So it's a case of jumping, shooting, jumping, shooting, jumping, shooting. But he moves quite fast, so it's quite tricky and hard to do, you know. I think for a first boss he's quite challenging, you know. I mean, I'm playing the game on normal, but I could have played it on easy. I think generally for a first boss he is quite hard. I definitely recommend the game. Like I say, I would love to have gone to it in a bit more depth and certainly show you a few more levels. But at least that's giving you an idea of it. It's definitely one worth picking up if you kind of see it about. And we'll leave it there, chaps. And over and out.